It's Movie Time is produced by John DeSando. Listen to shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org.
I'm John DeSando.
I'm Mindy Mcfann.
And this is Movie Time.
Yep.
Well, Mindy, you've been with me on Cinema Classics as well as it's Movie Time. And the film we're going to discuss today might well be a cinema classic.
I would agree.
Yeah, but I have something else going on this week for Cinema Classics.
Ah.
It's a Philip Marlowe new version.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, and so I thought, well, we'll just move this over because the studio is re-releasing Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah.
And I figured out the reason, I think.
Why?
Michelle Yeoh.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah. And
Just squeeze everything they can out of these Academy Awards. Okay?
I know, right? So she's up for everything, everywhere, all at once.
Uh-huh.
And that's 23 years she's been doing this business. I mean, we first noted her in Crouching Tiger, don't you think?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And not a year shows on her. Good
Oh,
Lord.
my gosh, yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, she is so talented.
Mm.
When I look at her in Crouching Tiger and I watch some of the close-ups, she's an actress.
Oh, gosh, yes.
As well as a martial artist.
I can't, knowing she did those stunts blows my mind. Blows my mind, especially with my fear of heights. My hat's off to her.
So it won the Oscar.
Mhm.
It actually won 4 Oscars that year, including Best Picture.
Yeah.
So what's your impression of it?
It held up really,
Did you see it
really
again?
well. Yeah, I watched it again.
Excellent.
And I've been in this thing lately with my son of watching old movies to see if they do hold up.
Yes,
And this one didn't miss a beat for me. I didn't think it was dated at all.
not at all. I think we're a little more cynical about the ropes or the hinges that float them around.
That's a lot. I'm not cynical about that. I love it. That's
Yeah.
to me, I miss the magic.
Uh-huh.
And it's not just my age. It's I'm an artist, and I miss that awe that I don't get from CG.
Right.
I just don't.
Great.
That doesn't. I mean, I like CG for like Marvel movies because I know there's not an Ant-Man, so they can just computer the heck out of those. But I miss that. How do they do that? Feeling in a movie theater there's something magical going on. And this movie to me is just drowning in that.
When they engage in martial arts,
Mhm.
a particular kind of martial arts, begins with a W, I forget what, Wuxi, something like that. They also float in the air.
Yeah,
They speed along roofs.
yeah.
And I was speaking cynically because of course they are on halters, just as if it were what is the one kid, Peter Pan.
Peter Pan. Yeah.
Very much like that.
Yeah.
They actually 23 years ago did a pretty good job of erasing all the harness.
Yes.
The characters.
Well, if you don't see the pull,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when they do that, and I think this may be the first time American audiences got an idea of the beauty of martial arts. You know, how do you respond to the martial arts in this?
It's a ballet.
Yeah.
It's an absolute. I mean, watching them, I can't imagine how much they had to practice all that because it is a ballet. It's a dance at the of every piece of your body. I mean, when I saw it the first time, I was just absolutely enthralled by when they're up in the bamboo trees. And I was again last night, just absolutely enthralled with the swaying of those. Oh my gosh, it was just the balance, and the balance very ballet-like.
Yes. And I think it was one of the first times for me when I realized martial arts was in fact more an art than it was combat at all. It was something beautiful, fluid,
Yeah.
Dangerous,
Yeah.
but protective, and so many other things that it was than just being Bruce Lee.
That's why I'm glad that this is not a bloody movie at all.
Oh, you don't see any.
Yeah, and I like that because you focus more on the power they have as opposed to the gore.
Yes,
the gore
yes.
would kind of distract from that,
Yes.
as opposed to the skill level being the focus of it.
Yes, yeah. I think it was Ang Lee, who was the director, who also talked about a guy who mixes.
Yeah, goes all over the place, doesn't
I mean,
he?
my gosh,
Yeah.
Sense and Sensibility.
Yep.
The Life of Pi.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
Yeah.
So I think he may have said, but somebody did very, I thought very pointedly, said that this movie is somewhere between Bruce Lee and Jane Austen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's interesting.
What do you think about
Yeah,
that?
or Shakespeare. Yeah.
I know, I
Yeah,
know.
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, certainly a little bit of Romeo and Juliet.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just, it's strange because the word I would use to describe this movie, even that there's so much quote unquote violence, is it's such a gentle movie.
Oh, yes,
There's
yeah.
something so poetic about it.
Exactly, exactly. And very mythological. We're talking about a 400-year-old sword,
Mm-hmm.
for which it talks about the blood washing easily off of it.
Yep.
But you're right, I see absolutely no blood in this movie at all. It's something you could take your kids to.
Absolutely.
So I again, too, was very, very pleased considering how much violence we've gone through
Yeah.
in the 23 years since this.
Absolutely.
Looking back like that and saying,
Absolutely.
wow, that's the kind of violence I like.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind, for lack of a better, cartoon violence like Quentin Tarantino, where there's a purpose to the ridiculous violence.
Good.
But if you don't know how to hold your script, so you just throw in a bunch of people's arms being lopped off, it bores me to tears. Have a purpose, would you? Have a purpose. And that's what I don't like.
Yes, thank you. Look at gratuitous violence, like gratuitous sex. Just,
It's
I
lazy
get
to
it,
me.
I get it. Would you
Well,
please
and
move
I-
on?
Yes,
Yeah.
and that I think that is a very big juxtaposition because I am getting so sick of, I don't want to watch pornography. I want to watch, I want there to be some majesty to a movie, and unless it is a specific reason that is supposed to appear pornographic, I don't want to watch people have sex.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
doesn't
no,
interest me.
I think
I
so.
want to watch people have physical love. You know, I could watch, Cold Mountain, the sex scene in that, I could watch every day for a year. It's gorgeous, gorgeous. But I don't, I get how the mechanics of the thing is. I don't,
I'm with you. And you're reminding me, Ang Lee did Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
So talk about another one, and talk
Yep.
about, to your point,
Yeah,
how much sex is there.
yeah,
But that was one of the first major motion pictures that we accepted gay love.
yeah,
And-
because they just showed how beautiful it is.
Wow, and
You
it
know?
was very nice till you got, I mean, it took you a while even to get the idea.
Mm-hmm.
It was so elegantly done.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're right. And so Lee then can handle this. So talk about the love in this, because I'm with you. In fact, I see this as a story about love, not so much about combat.
Well, another thing I didn't, this is a movie about women. I mean, this is about power. The women are the power in the movie.
You're right.
Even in the love situations, the men are chasing after the women. It is the women are the ones that have, in a hierarchy, are on top in this movie, not only physically but emotionally. But emotionally, did I say that enough? But emotionally, and that was really, I don't remember that being an emphasis when I saw it originally, and it probably wasn't.
No, you're right. With the emergence of Michelle Yeoh, I think we began to get that idea. Well, here's a substantial woman fighting and loving,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's my kind of love affair between her and Chow Yun-fat's character. That's my kind,
Yeah.
because there's very little of it. I mean, the two of these, they're really elder in this, but they're just middle-aged. And they're parallel with a younger,
Yeah.
feistier Romeo and Juliet type,
Yep.
Jen
Yep.
and Lo.
Yep.
And he's almost a cliche. He's the rugged, what you call it,
Bandit.
Yes, a bandit. Is good.
Yeah.
That's the word. He's a bandit.
Yet she is the powerful one in the relationship. I mean, even when they are physically together, the man is always on the woman's shoulder. I mean, there's so many little nuances that put the woman in the power position. I don't even like using that word, but I'm going to just for the sake of the explanation. The woman is always, the man is going after her. She's consoling him. He's, all those kind of tropes that women usually have to deal with.
Yes.
But when it's a man, it seems beautiful. Because you want a man who's sensitive, you want
Yeah.
a man who is confident enough to be, you know, beat up. Those kind of things. So
And also, the very nice touch in this movie is that Jen has an arranged marriage. She does not want it all.
Yep.
And I love that tension about her being envious of Michelle Yeoh's character because she's free
Yes,
and
Yep.
not married.
yes,
And I thought that was kind of revolutionary thought.
yeah,
A woman could exist not being married.
yes.
All right, Mindy Mcfann, people are going to have to go to Backtalk if they want to hear more about what we have to say. Can you believe that be possible?
How could they not want to?
And that's on the WCBE podcast experience, Backtalk.
Go for
And
it.
we're going to talk, I'm going to bring in some of the kind of monk-like sayings from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Sounds
But
good.
what advice do you have for our audience?
Oh, this is worth seeing. If you haven't seen it, it is worth seeing for the first time. If you have seen it, watch it again. It is worth it.
And it is in theaters, but it's also streaming.
Yeah, go to the theater, it's more fun.